I mean, I always admire people who can just like ski down the hill and they're having so much fun. I want to be able to do that too. Yeah. What about you? Are you planning to learn anything new this winter?
Well, this winter, I am, skills in terms of learning anything now. I'm doing a course that's going to be taking up a lot of my time.
Oh, no. No.
Like, subscribe, and share to Voices of Linden TV.
Welcome to another edition of the Let's Talk Show. I'm your host, Andrew James, and today I'm pleased to have with us in studio, Armina Seetram. Let me see if she's home.
Hi.
Hello, Armina. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Good to see you again.
Wow.
Welcome.
Thank you. Where are you today? I guess you're not at home. You're not at home with catching up with Armina anymore. You're somewhere else. Where are you?
Oh, well, I'm actually here in eco-friendly and smart-friendly home to catch up with you guys on some of the new exciting futuristic things that you could be doing to your lives and catch up with you about the holidays and what's to come and how we did this year. So it's really good to see you again.
Very good. Very nice to see you. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your new place that you're at today?
Well, come on in. Let me take you into the home. Yeah. See, I have my...
Oh, yeah. There you go. I got mine too. Here we go. Can we cheers?
Cheers. Yes.
Very good.
Very good to catch up with you guys. They're so gorgeous, these mugs. And very, very well done. Very proud of them. Today, I wanted to kind of share with you guys some of the fun, eco-friendly, and smart options that you can do to your home. If you're thinking of ways to save some money, there's so much with technology today that you could do. I specifically chose this home just because so many of us are renovating or thinking of how to save money in the future with our home. So today I'm going to share with you guys some fun tips on creating an eco-friendly atmosphere at home. Very easy to do, whether you're renovating or you're thinking of replacing something in your house or just thinking of how to help out in the future. Little things that you can do without breaking the bank. So come on into this kitchen. I will actually share with you for example, the faucet that we have in here. Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Water scents. If you're purchasing faucets for your new home and even toilets for your new home, look for the ones that has water scents label on them. So if you look for faucets and toilets that have like water sense features on them, they could actually reduce your bills. While we're in this kitchen, I wanted to show you this really, really fridge. Do you see what's written there? Isn't that cool?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so this Samsung fridge has quite a lot of technology into it, inside of it and outside of it, of course. I mean, you can play music through here, you can watch your television through here, you can have your own cooking class, you can pull up YouTube, you can do anything. But what's cool about it is that it is an Energuide rated fridge, which of course, great looking for appliances that have these labels on them because it already that they're energy efficient and they're going to be saving you quite a lot of money. What's really good about this too is if you're at the grocery store and you're like, what do I have in my fridge? You can there's a camera on the inside, so you can see everything that's inside your fridge. And will actually alert you to because what happens with technologies, you really have to know how to use them. But the thing is, tracking you whether you want it to or not. And this fridge will actually over time kind of start to know like what you're purchasing, what you're not purchasing, like what you're purchasing and what you're using on a weekly basis. And so it'll actually alert you and say you're short of this and you're running out of this because it scans it. So pretty darn cool when you think about it. the ovens in here, you can actually turn the oven on the busy afternoons when you're stuck in traffic and you know you don't have a lot of time, you need to turn it on preheated before you come home. You can actually do that from your phone. It's quite interesting, all the things you do. Yes, and I also wanted to share with you the flooring in this house is cork, and the backsplash in this home is made from bamboo, recycled bamboo. So it's really nice when you think about what you're using in your house to try to protect the future in really making that impact in your greenhouse gas emissions. I'm going to take you through.
Yeah.
What's nice about this washroom is actually it has low flow toilets.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic. Now, in terms of, like even the sink and the faucet, the faucet, mostly Moen, they're very well known for having water sense features in their homes, but definitely look for the ones with the water sense labels on it because they know how to use the low flow kind of sensor that just helps with what you're using. Now, if you're brushing your teeth and you're letting the water flow, of course, you're wasting your water, but the simplest turning off the water during, every rinse, you can be saving gallons of water every day if you have a family of 4. Right. So quite interesting how you can use these things to save money on your water bill. Now, the other thing you could do is definitely switch out your old-fashioned hot water tank to a tankless hot water tank. Very economical. It probably costs you here in Canada about $3,500 to switch to. But here's the advice I will give to you is make sure that you insulate the pipes because what that would do is help to keep the hot water there for you so that when you use it, then it's ready for you. You're not wasting a drop of water. So
what a great way of saving space, especially in your basement. If you're looking to rent it out or make like an ensuite for, I guess, your parents or your family members, those bigger water tanks, they do take up quite a lot of space. So thank you for sharing that with us, the tankless system. And again, I guess you're suggesting that we also insulate the pipes to keep the water warm, right?
Yes, because it makes no sense to have a tankless hot water tank and then you're literally standing there and for the water to heat up, and who has all that time to just, well, first of all that money for the water to just be wasting, but also you're cold and that's never a good thing. So insulate the pipes. The hot water is already there waiting for you. The Navien tank is actually quite efficient. You just have to clean it once a year. It's very easy to clean. So those things are little changes that you can make to your home that really can start, if you're really budget conscious, start with the economical small things that you could do, just like switching out some of your faucets in your house. Sustainable flooring is also like sustainable life. You have many, many sustainable flooring options that you can find anywhere in the world. I'm pretty sure even in Canada, anywhere in North America, that you can find an effective way of reducing your carbon footprint, for the future. And also just this kind of flooring, like for example, the flooring in here is cork. And so drastically reduce your organic compounds, which are being released into the atmosphere, which are otherwise low VOCs. I don't know if you knew this, but everything in your home emits gas. Everything does. It gives off some sort of gas. So it's important that all the paints and glues that you use in your home has low volatile chemicals inside of them. Back we used to have the oil paints that you would paint with. Well, you know what? That was never good for you. But that is all we had back then. So that's what we used. You were breathing in all of that and it wasn't healthy for you. It's just like the new car. When you get a new car, you feel so happy because it smells so good. But all the chemicals in there was actually not beneficial for your health. So make sure that everything that you're purchasing for your new home, especially in Guyana, if you're building your new house, look for paints and glues and sustainable flooring that can give off low chemical emissions.
Very nice. Nicely said. I mean, I noticed when you were over at the stove side a little earlier, you had a very nice exhaust fan there. My question to you is, in Guyana, we don't have a lot of exhaust fans in Guyana. And the sad reality back home, traditionally we had window pails, so you had a nice steady flow of fresh air coming in. Most of the new homes that are building there now, they have windows like we have that conceals and keeps everything inside. One of the challenges that I'm noticing a lot of homes don't have these fans. Can you show us a little bit about your fan, the exhaust fan you have there, and tell us some of the advantage of having it? And I guess more so talking about the fact that it takes out the steam and the scent from your food and so on. Can you tell us a little bit about the importance of fans? Because I know there's not a lot of folks back home, especially in Guyana, have fans in their homes.
Well, I mean, back home, they're building gorgeous homes.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that there's not of practicalness that's put into the venting of the house.
Yeah.
Like for almost everyone's putting an air conditioner now. Back in our time, we would have the house. Yes, it would be closed up. We for me in Richmond Hill, we had the screens, I guess. A lot of people don't have old time louvers anymore. They have the solid, kind of like a fully inserted windows that are being put in all in piece, and then you're going to have a picture side, and then the ones that are horizontal or vertically opening. And so when you have a home that's fully enclosed and you have a gas stove, which many of us have in Guyana, but we don't have any venting and you're not opening windows anymore, that is actually not very healthy and safe for you anyway. And so either might want to consider probably putting in some kind of, I call it a heat recovery ventilator here, where it brings in the fresh air in a cycle every 3 hours, or where you might want to consider putting a vent hood fan, because basically it would just take all that stuff out. But it's only really just taking the stuff out from what you're cooking. It's not necessarily taking, the air so we're inhaling and exhaling in our homes. And what happens with inhaling and exhaling in our homes, if we don't have venting in our homes, then if one person's sick, then the other person's sick, because there is no ventilation. So it's important that if you're putting in certain windows, for example, too, if you have an AC on the inside, you've got the hot sun on the outside, you're going to have condensation. Correct. So when you have condensation, you want to make sure that the windows have kind of what I like to call a moisture drip at the bottom. Don't believe that is there for a reason, because what's going to happen is your windowsills are going to get moldy. And regardless of if you have wood or concrete house, it's still going to have mold. And if you're not venting your house properly, well, guess what? You're breathing in that mold, and that's not good for you either. So you have to really put a lot of overall thought into how you're, the things you're choosing for your house. I don't know if you remember when we were younger and mommy would be cleaning the house for Christmas and she would move the furniture. The back of the sofa was always faded.
Yeah.
Blinds would have one color at the top and a totally different color at the bottom.
Yeah.
That's back in those days, nobody really paid attention. Listen, a window pane is a window pane. You're not about, how that window is really going to work. We had our louvers back in the day, and still have the louver window, but you don't think about the damage that the sun is doing. There's UV rays coming through all the time into the home, and so it causes discoloration, it causes damage to the floor. I mean, the sun is a powerful thing. It's a blessed thing, but it's also a powerful thing. And so if you're shopping for windows in Guyana or anywhere in the world, take some consideration into the kind of windows. Here, most my clients mostly, we put in triple pane windows for them with argon.
Nice.
Because what it does, it's not only UV protected, but it's also noise reduction too. for homeowners. But most people have dual pane. Like I have dual pane windows in my home, and it's nice to know that because I have a pretty nice sofa that I have against the window, and it's nice to know that still the UV rays aren't damaging my floor or my sofa. So with everyone purchasing a lot of windows and stuff back home, just give some thought to that. In Guyana too, because we're prone to floods and sometimes we're prone to just unforeseen amount of flooding sometimes, I guess just due to drainage most times, I guess. Make sure that the flooring you're putting in is not really, because they're gorgeous floors that we have back home. Yes. And it's such a sometimes when you see them getting damaged by the floods. So we have something here in Canada called luxury vinyl plank, which is water resistant and fire retardant. Mm-hmm. So they're gorgeous, they're warm on the feet, and they're easy. And you can even find some products that are definitely eco-friendly. So if you're really trying to lessen your carbon footprint for the future, mm-hmm. and eat as much of your greenhouse gases as you could for a future generation, then these are little things you could do to help out.
Very nice. Armina, can I ask you a little bit about the beautiful fridge? Can I get a peep of it inside? Can I see what it looks like inside?
Yeah, let me show you.
Oh wow, look at the beautiful LED lights. My, lots of space in there.
Yeah.
Wow. So where's the freezer? Is the freezer and a fridge together, or? Oh my, the freezer's on the bottom. Oh, look at you good girl. Wow. Very nice.
Right up there.
Oh,
and
wow.
I want to show you something really cool and interesting. Now, this pan is from a company called the Big Ass Pan Company.
What a name.
It's a UVC ceiling fan, and it has integrated UVC technology. And what it does is it disinfects the atmosphere. This is that fridge is pretty sexy, and I find this fan is pretty darn good looking too. So,
you told us something about floorings, some kind of new plank floor design that you have coming up, or it's coming out in the future.
Well, there is a product here in Canada called luxury vinyl plank, mm-hmm. and that is roof and fire retardant. I'm not sure if it'll be available in Guyana, but it's pretty durable. A lot of people love to use it. It gives a consistent warmth, and it's consistent its look. It almost looks like wood, but it's not. It's not plastic either, but it's very, very durable. If God forbid you were to have a flood in your home, the base would be damaged before the flooring would be damaged. Right. It's very popular here. I think one of the best things, if I was in Guyana shopping to build a home right now, I would certainly be asking a lot of questions and doing a lot of research. One of the nice things about technology is that you can pretty much Google anything and its durability on the web, right? So mm-hmm. it's really cool. Last time when we were talking a lot about putting abstract art on the walls, yes. and you can see a lot of it here. It gives you something to talk about. It gives you something to touch. It has a lot of variety of shapes in it. So it's really nice. Like you have something as abstract as that, and then over here you have feathers. So really cool. It's all about touch and creating that warmth in the home. Mm-hmm. So look at this dining room light fixture. It kind of reminds me of like a really old English hat, no?
Yeah.
So come on into the garage. Actually, I wanted to share with you really cool feature.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Okay. We have an electric vehicle charging station.
Very nice.
We know is going to be, taking over the future. Everywhere you turn now on the stock market, you see electric vehicle companies. The stocks are just climbing and climbing. And so definitely we're doing a lot of profits into the homes. Mm-hmm. So thinking about the future with where they're going to be. Almost every single car company is going to be coming out with some sort of version of an electric vehicle shortly. Isn't that pretty cool?
Very nice.
Do you know what this is?
It looks like a vacuum bag or some kind of little, I don't know.
Actually, so it's called a porch pack. So
Oh, wow.
is a code that you can, if you buy something from Amazon or wherever you order something from and it's getting delivered to your home, you can put a code onto that package and the person delivering it on the outside will put the code in and then they just drop your package into the bag.
Wow. Perfect opportunity for one of our lovely cups. Let's say I were to mail yourself one of these cups, these beautiful Mackenzie High School cups. I can probably put, please deposit it into the porch package and it'll get dropped in there so no one steals your cup, Armina. Wow, very clever.
Well, you know what? I'm going to give you a quick tour of upstairs. There's a good home, of course, features an office.
Mm-hmm.
And look at the cool waterfall island.
I love it.
Such a cool bedroom, don't you think?
Wow, nice.
The cool sketches.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah. I really enjoy this room. After all, I'm a pink girl myself.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice the way it's finished and big and open.
Very nice.
Yeah. I wanted to tour you guys through one of the models.
Mm-hmm.
And this would be the shared second bathroom upstairs. Double.
Wow, look at the faucets and those. Wow.
Yeah, all of them water sense. So very good, low flow. Save you all that money for good use.
Yes.
And it's always lovely having a space to put everything in, you know?
Mm-hmm. So that's like a closet, a nice storage space. Wow, look at this.
So I wanted to bring you into this luxurious owner's suite. I mean, it has everything you could think of in it. Gorgeous king size bed and very warm and cozy.
Nice.
Definitely a lot of ideas in here. I mean, it's always to wake up in the morning and have your little coffee station.
Yes.
Yeah. Isn't it nice? 2 walk-in closets.
Oh my.
Now, keep in mind that everything in this home has eco-friendly finishes. Now, look at this nice soaker tub, but the coolest thing is this shower. Now, this shower turns into a mister. So what it does is it kind of, technology is really amazing. It tracks the amount of water you use, how long the shower is, and it will actually start over time to mist enough water to just have you complete your shower while saving money on the bills. It's really relaxing. You really enjoy it. Please, you can play music in there.
Nice.
Everything into your, all the technology in the home is tied into each other. And so you can really just enjoy it. Saves you. This is called a Moen Media Smart Water Saving Shower. And it's with a Moen U controller. And it forever will transform your showering into a personalized experience. So yeah, it's controlled via your voice, or of course, even before you head in, you could certainly just use your phone to start it up. This is every girl in her home. It's her very own counter. It's always nice having these little details in your house.
Yeah.
But, and then of course you have another closet over here, and it's really big. And many of the homes today, of course, this is a luxury, having a walk through to your laundry.
Yes.
Wow. These laundry machines are so technologically advanced and so cool. So you can literally, if you know you put a load in and when you're rushing out the door in the morning, you're just like, you can turn it on from your phone.
Wow.
to the cycle you'd like. Yes, it's amazing. Now, everyone back home or wherever you are, if you're building a home today and you're building your laundry on the second level where your bedrooms are, please, please, please put a floor drain in. Accidents happen. You don't want to ruin your main floor. So make sure you think of these smart things when you're building your home.
Very good advice, Armina. You know, I've never really thought about that. Like one of the pipes burst in, or the washing machine overflowing, or so. Yeah, that's actually a very good idea. It's something I never thought about. Good.
And most people don't think of these things, but it's because accidents do happen, and you never know. So if you're opportunity to build your home, then you might want to consider it. And more of us are starting to want to have, because life is much busier, we're wanting to have things accessible, because when you really look at this with this hallway, your laundry room is now accessible from the other 2 bedrooms along with the owner's suite. So it's really cool. It's always nice to have a second living space upstairs, because if you're entertaining downstairs, or you're cooking, or you're doing whatever you're doing downstairs, it's always nice to have a relaxing atmosphere that's away from just really enjoy yourself. Like it's really a luxury to have that. But if you have kids, or you have, just that, you just want to have that separation of space. But it's definitely fun having a second living area, for sure.
I really like this house, Armina. Can you buy me this house for Christmas?
Of course. Your wish is my command.
No, but really nice tour. What else do you have in store for us?
Well, I think that this is a perfect time actually to remind everybody about what we're doing. Mackenzie is really important to us. Linden is really important to us. And when we come together to do these Let's Talk and catching up, it's really to remind ourselves of what it is that we're aiming towards, what our goals are. So sharing these healthy tips with you all is really just a great reminder of, if we all come together, what we're able to achieve. So I'm hoping that what I'm sharing with you is beneficial in some way. And yes, if you come to Edmonton or wherever, or you're building a house somewhere and you need some help, I'm always there to help.
Very nicely said. I think it's the perfect spot for us to have a nice little conversation.
Reframe your expectations. Don't put on that unnecessary pressure on yourself. The holidays, for some people, especially young women, they feel they have to have a partner. Some people feel they have to have tons of parties to go to. And, it can really be a lot of emotional pressure that you're putting on yourself. So reframe your expectations. And once you start to reframe your expectations, it's kind of like you're accepting, and you're realizing that you're not the only one in this position. There's lots of people out there going through the very same thing. And, you can look at it as a chance to do or experience something that you've never done before. Like, you would think I have a household of people, but I still, I'm going to be doing something new this winter. Every single year, I try to do something new that I've never done before. I have only skied once in my 20-something years in Canada. So this year on my agenda, I'm going to be learning how to ski. So Kitty Hill, here I come. It's going to be $50, and the person will teach me for an hour how to go up and down the Kitty Hill. So, I'm hoping I don't hurt myself, but I always admire people who can just ski down the hill and they're having so much fun. I want to be able to do that too. Yeah. What about you? Are you planning to learn anything new this winter?
Well, this winter, I am, skills in terms of learning anything now. I'm doing a course that's going to be taking a lot of my time.
Oh, no.
No. The last time I went skating, Armina, I had a fall, and I landed on my buttocks, and I said, you know what? No, I'm not skating anymore.
Oh, don't be afraid. You can conquer that fear.
Oh.
Get up and do it all over again. Because in a way, that's life, no?
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Focus on learning something you've never done before, doing something you've never done before. For myself, I like to say that the other thing you could do is just cultivate an attitude of gratitude. Realize what it is that you're thankful for. This is a great time to have a gratitude journal. And once you put things in writing, oh my gosh, like I'm telling you, things become, you start to see perspective and you start to know exactly where you're at. And all of a sudden, you ever start to write something and you're just like, oh my God, it just keeps flowing. It doesn't stop. It's like, is this truly how I felt? It's like, I didn't even know I felt this way. So it's quite amazing what a gratitude journal could do. And it actually creates a positive outlook on life. So this one is actually my most absolute favorite. And this is regardless of if you're a senior, no matter your age, no matter who you are, share your time, sharing your time with the homeless, sharing your time by, volunteering in an elderly home, just stopping at the grocery store and chatting with somebody or saying a simple good morning or good afternoon. These are ways that you can feel less lonely. For myself, I am a big, big believer in giving of your time.
Mm-hmm.
And I spend a lot of my time volunteering at the elderly homes and having dinner with almost every single person that I have in my life that's over a certain age group. I try once a week to do something for them because, there was a time when they were young and vibrant too, and now they're older and alone, and they need to have that vibrancy and I learned so much from them. Volunteering is one of the best ways because it doesn't mean you have to interact with someone. It just means you have to do an action, one of the things that definitely we forget is you have churches, you have hospitals, you have social media, for example. They have little parties in your blocks. You can find out what's going on right around you. Mm-hmm. Remember that loneliness is a feeling, not a fact. The brain sometimes tells us that no one cares about us, but this is not true. But a lonely mind is a scared mind, and a scared mind often dreams of the worst. Think about that. Every single one of us at some point in our lives have felt lonely, have felt unwanted, have felt unloved, have felt like overwhelmed. We felt like we were failing. We don't know, people see us on the outside and they think we're ever so strong. You have all of this things that people think of you, but only you know what you're feeling on the inside. When December finishes, sadly, the record shows that majority of people do a lot of self-harm to themselves after the holidays.
Wow.
Mentally on the inside, they just weren't able to cope. So do me a favor this season. If you know that there's somebody in your life that you see all the time and they're by themselves, they're living on your street, they live alone, they have no one else, then make a conscious effort to at least take them. It doesn't mean you have to go and befriend them. Mm-hmm. You say hello. You go and drop off something for them. You make an effort because loneliness kills. Many of us think we're strong, but we never know how strong we are until we are no longer strong. And none of us want that. I am not a big fan of, I feel horribly guilty if I knew that I had a chance to make a change and give somebody hope. It's been a passion of mine for many, many years now, because like I said, each of us had our moment when we broke. Yes. Some of us aren't broken yet. And for myself, I feel like, you have your times when you feel your lowest of lows. And so you make certain decisions at those points in your life. It's like you're banking your core values. For me, I have set core values of the woman I am. Mm-hmm. You cannot with those things that makes me. I have certain things that I'm telling you, Andrew, you can test me, but you can't break me. You can try, but you can't, because those things were banked over time. It's like compounding interest. I'm earning values, and I try my best of best to be a good human being. I'm not the best human being, but because it's part of my core, I continue to be good. So yesterday, as much as I was cleaning my house from top to bottom, at about 12 o'clock, I made a stop. I stopped and I made a phone call to an elderly couple that I hadn't talked to in probably 2 months. I just thought of them. Actually, there was two elderly couples I thought of yesterday. And I stopped my cleaning. I grabbed my phone and I knew that if I made a commitment to something, that I would carry through on it. So I called them up and I said, Auntie Yvonne, Uncle Morris, what are you guys doing around 5 o'clock? I'm coming over with dinner. Is there something specific you wanted to eat? Okay, Armina, I want some tempura shrimp. I remember you had them with your daughter at the mall when I tasted one. So I grabbed what they wanted, headed over to their home. I cleared my schedule for the afternoon and I enjoyed my couple hours with them. You know, I had so much laughter and so much fun. And I'm going to tell you something. You think hanging out with the elderly is not fun? It was fantastic. Do it. I promise you, you will have such a different outlook on life. Like,
it's I can attest to that as well because it's a benefit to both yourself and the seniors as well. For 2 years, I was the head of the seniors department in my local church, and I had an opportunity to do some very nice things for seniors. Some of which I wouldn't share publicly, but there's a special blessing to have had, and to that, anyone that's watching, if you can reach out and be a blessing to a senior person, especially around this holiday season, you know what? Expect a miracle. That's all I can say, because there's a special blessing that you do receive when you help, especially tender-hearted seniors, the ones that are living alone.
Yeah, but guess what? You didn't help, you helped yourself.
Correct.
If you walked out of there, there's a power that you cannot garner. Someone can give you the nicest gifts in the world. And I feel like the power that you get from when you do something good, it's priceless. So as much as you felt that you gave them something, they gave you something. You probably didn't realize they gave it to you, but there is a lightness in your step, the way you just feel. Like I was literally running across an icy driveway yesterday when I was leaving because I just felt so happy because while I was there, their phone rang and I picked it up. It was another elderly phone card, and I said, "This is Morris's secretary." Morris is this elderly man, and they're and Uncle Cledwin said, I call everybody uncle. I've only met these folks once, but Uncle Cledwin's like, I would love to have someone answer my phone like that. But I thought it was fun and laughter, and then they all busted out laughing. But that's the joy in just doing something for fun, So a little pep in your step, I absolutely think that we need to be more and more aware of the people around us that just aren't very strong at this time of year. It doesn't mean we want to get involved in their business or we want to know why they're not feeling the way we're feeling. No human being is the same. We have to have some more compassion. It was not easy for a lot of people. A lot of my friends and, a lot of people back home lost people that they loved very, very much. I actually was hit quite hard with quite a few people in my little circle back home that have lost their husbands and their wives, and very young people too. And I was very saddened by that. I thought for sure my next trip to Guyana that I'd be seeing them. With that said, though, it's your heart breaks because you know that people are going through really tough times. Economically, it's been very tough for a lot of people. We continue to see supply and demand, and we see prices going up constantly, and families are wondering how they're going to make it through. Don't put a lot of pressure on yourself this Christmas. Understand that none of us know what's coming for us next year, just like we didn't know what's coming this year or the year before. What we do know is that we were able to adapt, we were able to improvise, and we were able to overcome. And those three things we should always remember, that we are, going through something that everybody else is going through. So my ending words would be is continue to remember that we've already overcome the past year. which means we have the ability to face whatever is coming. Remember to do it with humanness and compassion. That is my goodwill to you.
Armina, another year has come, and you know, you've been such a good friend to me over the years. Thank you for being a good friend, of course. I'm gonna ask you on here, what is the one thing? What is the one little wish I can grant you this Christmas or this holiday? Sorry.
Well, it would be my wish for you and everybody to have as much patience as you can while you're out there in the world. And there is an old Zulu saying, it's called Ubuntu. And what it basically means is I am because we are. So the one gift that anybody can give to me, and I think everyone, if we come together, is do as much good as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter if it's the holidays, always. Just do as much good as you can. Give as much as you can. Doesn't mean monetarily. Of your time, of your heart, and your pure soul. That would be my wish. And adding to that, as you all know, we're doing these Let's Talk and Catch Up shows for the benefit of our hometown and, more importantly, our alumni, Mackenzie High School. So don't forget to purchase your Mackenzie High School cups, and please subscribe to the shows because it's free to do so. It takes nothing from you, but it benefits all of us because at the end of the day, all of us belong to humankind. So it's important. It doesn't take very much. And don't forget the phrase, I am because we are. Can't do one without the other. So think of this year. I mean, I've been with the alumni for about a year now. And I have to tell you, it is a joy to see all the good things that are coming out from all the great acts of all the wonderful people all over the world. So happy holidays.
Very nice you said, Armina. For folks watching, if you haven't subscribed as yet, I want to impress upon you to do so. It shows us that you're listening. It shows us that you appreciate the little kinds of gesture that we're doing. Hit the bottom button, especially folks in Linden and Gan and so on. I think, you know, when you first came onto this show, we had 75 subscribers. And thanks to you and a lot of the other folks who have participated in the Let's Talk show, I think our subscription is now just over 630. So we're pretty close to that 1,000 mark within just, I don't know, I think we've been on now for just about 12 months or so, just approaching a year, 1 year anniversary. So thanks to everyone for looking at the show. Armina, thank you always for being a part of the show. You've touched, shaped, and influenced change in the lives of many individuals, including myself, in small but sometimes very meaningful and remarkable ways. Keep smiling, keep shining. You know, one of the takeaways for this holiday season, and I always like to get these little nuggets from you. I really like the fact how you said, I am because you are. You want to break that down and explain in layman's term exactly what you mean when you say I am because you are, please?
Because nothing is possible without each other. When we started off this show with 75 subscribers, and now you're 600 and however much subscribers, it was not possible or would not have been possible without you, without every person that made a conscious effort to sit across from you and do these interviews, without every single subscriber that made that decision to click the like, without the people that contributed over the years, without the people that look at the videos over the year. So it's that manifestation of knowing that where you want to be, what goals you're trying to achieve, you're doing something for greater good. So I am because you are really is very, very true, not only this aspect, but in everything you do. When you do good, then good manifests itself in many, many forms. So thank you to everybody out there that took the time to do this. Remember, we're all trying to help out in the simplest ways we can.
Oh, thank you very much, Armina, for being a happy holidays, of course, to you and your family. I hope this holiday season is bringing you much joy and happiness, and I look forward to talking to you again. Happy holidays, good night, stay safe, and we'll chat again soon.
Happy holidays, everybody. Stay safe.
Take care. Cheers.